Today's video is going to be about financial planning. You must be wondering, I'm a teenager or I'm just starting to work or I'm just in college. What am I going to do about knowing financial planning? This is the biggest problem we have. Colleges and schools don't teach people how to handle money. I never had it in my days, and I don't think it is still very popular to teach students on managing money. Every day we are handling money. Whether you're getting pocket money, you're handling money. But also, I've always mentioned in many of my videos that if you are a student as well, you should start side hustling and you should start earning some money. Even if you're doing a food delivery, you start making money. Now, I'm not a financial expert. I'm not a commerce student as well. So I'm not going to give you technical knowledge of financial planning. I'm going to just share some basic principles that I follow, that I speak to people about, that can help you just start thinking about finance. So I'm not giving you any financial advice as such. I'm just giving some basic principles of how to handle your money and manage your finances. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Let's get started. So what are the three things that you should do with the money you receive? The first one is, of course, spending. You will have your needs, like basic needs like food, clothing, any immediate necessities, medical emergencies, etc. So you got to allocate money for spending for your needs. Now you can always reduce your spending money for wants, and I will talk about that a little bit later. The second one is investing. You should also be considering investing money that you have, because the money you invest now will help you for your future life, to take care of your needs and wants of your future as well. And the third part of what you should do with your money is saving. It's always good to keep some amount of money in a bank account or a deposit, though it's not the most preferred because it's not really compounding and making more money for you, whereas investments increase the income into multifolds. But on an average, it should be spending on needs, investing, and saving. The basic rule that I recommend to follow is 50-30-20. 50% on your needs, 30% on investments, and 20% on savings. People also say that you can do 50% on your needs, 30% on your wants, and 20% on your investments. But I think for people starting out where you don't have a family to take care and things like that, you may want to probably follow the 30% on investments and 20% on savings. Even if it is 1,000 rupees, split it into like this, 50, 30 and 20. And there are a lot of investment opportunities even to start investing in small amounts. You may wonder, do I need lakhs of rupees to invest? You don't. See, investment is a very, very huge topic. And I will be covering in a few different series some of these aspects. So I'm not going to give you, as I said in the beginning, typical financial advice. But I want you to consider 5 points in your life for a good financial planning. Before you consider investing anywhere, the first important thing to consider is to have a good medical insurance and a life insurance. India, the penetration of insurance is abysmally low. Almost close to 10 or 15% of people in India have proper insurances. When I was studying in Australia and I started living there, I have a home rental insurance, which means if my rental income stops because of the renter staying there, I have an insurance. I have disability insurance. If I get disabled, I get money so that my family and myself can take care of ourselves. So start off with getting a simple insurances for you and your family, which is life insurance and medical insurance. The second point to consider is for you to minimize your spends on your wants. You may be very tempted to see your friend wearing that nice Hugo Boss jacket or that nice Fossil watch or a new motorbike or a fancy iPad. Don't get tempted by what somebody else has. You will always have opportunity in life to invest on your wants. But as a young person, you should not be focusing on having a luxurious lifestyle. You can have a mediocre lifestyle. I've always mentioned to many of you that during my student days, we used to live 6 people in a 2-room place. and we used to just eat basic food to go by. For me, every dollar I saved was money I can invest. So please control your wants. Don't go for a hi-fi life. The third point is avoiding debts. Please don't get credit cards and start swiping it and buying things left, right and center. When I got married, I did that mistake. Before marriage, I had spent a lot of money on my credit card and I learned it the hard way. I would sincerely request, use credit cards only for emergencies. Don't use credit cards to buy what you need. If it is for your wants, it's still okay, but try and limit that usage. The fourth point is, since you're still young, you can take a little bit of risk in investments. You still have a long leeway in your life if the investments don't succeed so well, but keep a portion of the investment on a high risk or a medium risk as well. You don't have to worry about it too much. It will always, in an average of things, work it out. So take a little bit of risks even when you're putting your portfolio in various investment opportunities and options and stuff. The last one is what kind of investments you can make. When you want to think about what kind of investments to make, please do your homework. Don't just start investing because your friend has invested in a particular share. Study about investments, read good books about it, speak to people who are knowledgeable on financial matters, get their advice, read articles, newspapers which talks about financial planning, then take a call where to invest and how much to invest. That will give you a good idea before you start investing left, right and center. I've made couple of points to share with all of you where to get good financial advice. I've written it down so that I don't miss out giving you the exact information. One of the things is books, reading good books. For beginners, I recommend reading Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki and Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. This will give you an introduction to the financial world. For those who have already some knowledge about finance, you can go for Coffee Can Investing by Saurabh Mukherjee. This book basically helps you plan your portfolio, keeping the Indian market in mind. And another book would be Intelligent Investor by Benjamin. So the two books for those who already know a little bit of finance is Coffee Can Investing by Saurabh Mukherjee and Intelligent Investor by Benjamin. This will give you a little bit more deeper insights. The Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Franklin, he was actually the mentor for Warren Buffett. It's a very heavy book, probably a little bit heavier than normal. So wouldn't suggest for beginners to pick it up. But you can also check out the website, Buffett FAQ and Dr. Vijay Malik's articles, which I'll link in the description below. It's www.drvijayMalik.com/all-articles. That's the first one. It's about the books. Second one is YouTube. One of my favorite persons is CA Rachna Ranade's channel. She breaks down the concepts in a very simple way to understand. So try her channel. That will help you. She makes it very simple for laymen. That's why I would recommend that channel. The other one is Honesty by Tanmay Bhatt. He again talks about finance in a very simple way. Of course, one of my favorite and my good friend and a close friend, Ankur Warikoo, also talks about financial planning in the 20s. Please watch his channel as well for getting good advice on financial planning. So I hope all of this information gives you some idea about the basics of financial planning. Watch it, comment in the section below. What's your thoughts? What do you think helped from whatever you heard from me? If you also have other topics you want me to cover, please mention in the comment section. Thank you for listening to me. Till I see you next time, stay fit, stay positive, keep chasing obscene success.